talking to you about the greater architecture of Soul Mission Tribe building. And this is part 2 out of 2. And as promised, at the end of today's transmission, there's going to be a very special and juicy invitation for you. So, let's take the journey. And for this specific transmission, we're going to talk about 3 different key aspects. For the Soul Mission Tribe attraction and building paradigm for mission souls really invites us to step and explore a different paradigm, an alternate paradigm that is available for masters of the energy and creators of worlds such as mission souls. So for the first part of this transmission, I'm gonna talk to you about soul contracts. Beautiful soul. When it comes to soul contracts and attracting your mission tribe, I want to talk to you of the dynamics of these soul contracts. Let's start with your own soul contract and let me know if you can identify with this and if this resonates. Before incarnating, our soul signed a very specific contract that said and state that you, as the human, that we would experience a myriad of events, a series of events, loss, trauma, things that in the moment didn't feel expansive or loving, but they really shaped the person that we would end up becoming. These events showed us the depth of our soul, our emotions, our heart, and they had a very specific purpose, which was to trigger our desire to serve others. For when we were able to help ourselves and find tools, channels, healers, modalities that could support us, this really opened us up to this aspect of compassion and compassion for the human self, for compassion for humanity. And so for most of us, these events that happen in our life put us on this path of acquiring gifts and souls to be of service and be at the service of others. And as we went on this journey, I have a few notes. As we went on this journey, there was an alternate dynamic that was happening, and that is the soul contracts that other people were having in the planet. And so for these specific people, they went on journeys that really had to do with the self-worth, feeling worthy of experiencing a life of freedom, of more authentic expression, of more abundance. And although they are very similar to what we experience, because as you can see, there's this aspect, of course, like all of us have gone through these journeys of embodying more our authentic self, self-worth, all of this. There is a key difference here. And it is that you, as a healer, and within your contract, you have experienced shades of this through multiple incarnations, shades of uncovering more of who you are. You have had way more explorations in your soul. And so what came to happen in this incarnation have been, for so many of us, it's like the new layers or these very specific events that happened At this stage of the journey, you are aware that they came from ancestral trauma, past lives experiences. So it is in actuality not the first time that it has happened to you in some degree or another. And at the end of the day, when you allow yourself to go on your own healing journey, and also acquire tools and gifts, awaken more of your gifts to support others, the whole purpose of that was to allow you to experience yourself as a channel. Those first initiations with Reiki, as a quantum healer, insert whatever modality that you have and that you exercise and you use in your practice. What they do is truly allowing you to experience aspects of yourself as a channel for energies and as a channel for transformation. And so these people were experiencing all of this and went on this journey of wanting to feel better, desiring to feel better, and then also being more receptive to finding more of those pieces that would resonate with their expansion, their personal growth, and their evolution. Expansion, personal growth, evolution. And so here's where in the world there are so many of us, like you, I know you, like you can relate to this, where it's like in your scope, because of the certifications that you've taken, because of your social circle, even if it's just like your online circle, it really gives the impression that there are a lot of people doing what you do. There are a lot of healers, there are a lot of embodiment experts, there are a lot of channels, potentially people who have and who use their psychic abilities or light language. But the truth of the matter is that yes, even though we are hundreds of thousands in the world, the need for people like us is greater. And so this places in a very specific category, which is like the category of mission souls. Souls that came here having experienced themselves in multiple incarnations, that have gone on very unique journeys to awaken their gifts, and then start co-creating more with their channel. And for these people, and so you may think that there are so many of us and all these things, but here's the other dynamic that really kicks in here. There is this thing called the dynamics of truth. I call them the dynamics of truth. And so the dynamics of truth invites us to see that there is not just one truth, that there are plenty of them. And what actually is a truth is subjective to the person that experiences this as something that really resonates and creates this energetic quantum resonance. And so some people will feel like more open in the receptivity journey, like these people that are looking for people like you. They feel more receptive to, for example, shamans and healers who work with plant medicine. And that's what feels like it sparks their curiosity. That's what feels like it's a path of soul exploration. That is perfect. For other people, it's going to be like breathwork facilitators, yoga facilitators, dance journeys or journeys using the body, like this type of facilitators. That is excellent as well. For some of them, it's going to be something different, right? And so insert whatever it is. And so at the end of the day, one of my first coaches and mentors, her name is Sarah Tynan, she would always speak about two things. So number one is like the ultimate organ of truth is the body. The body is going to experience expansion towards certain information or contraction. And why I'm mentioning all of this to you is because there are other aspects of someone's embodiment that really get to expand someone and that really create this effect of receptivity. And so this is your personality. This is your depth. This is the way you see life. This is your story. The things that you went through. How specific were them, right? Some of you had to deal with narcissists. So people who need to recover from that find that amazing about you. Some of you realize more of your potential by going through the motherhood journey. Some people that really resonates with that, like, it's gonna be more prone to someone like you. And so there's this thing as well. In the greater architecture of soul mission, tribe building, that relates to this second aspect, which is becoming. And in the becoming, there is also a very unique primal code. And I'm gonna be talking about this towards the end of this transmission. But part one of becoming, and I'm gonna break becoming into two. But part of this becoming is who you are. Who you are. And all the experiences you had that shaped you into a very unique individual. And that uniqueness, it's what really resonates and also creates this dynamic of receptivity and attraction towards you. More on that at the end. So now I want to talk to you about, so we have so far these aspects of soul contracts, on how some of us are contracted to go through certain journeys to experience our channel, that's the highest purpose, and start co-creating more with the light of our soul. Then there are contracts that people have that they don't necessarily, they just want this, they go on these journeys of claiming, I deserve a better life, and they want it, and they look to have this experience for themselves and their families, but it is more for their personal expansion. For us, is more to serve others. So a distinction right there, but these are two dynamics of soul contracts that go hand in hand, and you will receive a little bit more about this towards the end of the transmission, like on why this is. And then there's this aspect of, well, actually this is the answer to what I just said. Whatever we went through and who we are in so many different levels creates resonance and attracts a certain pool of people who feel in resonance with us. So now we're going to go into the third part for this life, talking about the greater architecture of soul mission tribe building, which is co-creation. In this specific life, I want to talk to you about a very unique co-creation dynamic. The reason why we experience, as I was saying, everything that we went through on our life journey in this incarnation, in this specific time and age, that led us to become this soul, like mission soul that we are, is because our soul has really had plenty of explorations around this multitude of topics. And so from these soul explorations and longing, we end up becoming someone very unique and specific. Okay? Then we have the relationship and the co-creation with Source or God, the universe, Mother Nature, however you want to call it. And that is this greater plan for our life and for this specific life. However, please know that also there is this aspect of you that is God as well. The capacity that your soul has to call in experiences for the purpose of its own growth just speaks of how sovereign your soul truly is. But in this co-creation and in this context, it is truly divine that we say yes to being that specific soul, that unique mission soul. For these are very unique times in humanity, where, as I said, a lot of people needs us. And so here's where the third element kicks in, and that is that our soul, the light that we share through our channel was given. But in our missions and in what we do in your soul mission brand, like the very specific way that you help people, that was like a 3-part co-creation. Number 1, your soul. Number 2, source and a greater plan. And number 3 is the calling, the cry out from very unique souls across, and a multitude of them from across the planet, to meet one day the perfect guide and very unique and specific human being that would be able to lead them on a journey of remembering more and more and more of their own soul light, of their own authentic self, of their freedom, awaken more all of the beautiful gifts that a human can experience on earth. Someone out there really is looking and really desire to have a guide that sounds exactly like you, that looks exactly like you, that has certain personality traits that you do have. And what I'm saying here is that they are looking for us, and they have been looking for us for a long time. And this was also a catalyst for the master plan between Source and our souls on everything, exactly as it happened in our lives, where we were born, our parents, the mentors we hired, the experiences we had, the way we speak, the languages, all of it. There are people in the world who are... Okay, so you are mission soul, we are mission souls, and we are ascending with our mother Gaia, and everyone in this planet is truly ascending. But there is like this frequency in the planet that we are so sensitive for, and the more of Gaia comes online, the more of our gifts come online, and this is something that happens. But for these people, yes, there's that, but there is a lot of their ascension and evolution and just personal growth journey that happens through finding and co-creating with the right channel. And that right channel is you. So there is no greater illusion, my beautiful soul who are watching this video, that we need to work really hard, or that we need to subscribe to the very constricting ways of calling people out to serve in the world. Oh, you should do this and you should do that, and you need to post 10 times a day, and you also need to be a content creator. And what? There's no greater illusion than that, for the reality is that we have, that just like we had soul contracts to experience everything that we experienced, to hire the people that we hired, to become who we became, there are people in the planet who have contracts to receive at some specific point of their lives from us. For it is us who really have the piece and the keys to their transformation. Very important pieces of the puzzle. And this happens at so many levels. Some people could receive transformation from you, from just one piece of content, and then they never see you again. Never ever, like, they remember what they received, but the algorithms never show you again, and that was perfect. That's all that in this incarnation they needed to receive from you. You planted your light in them. And some other people are really meant to take the deeper journey with you and come and co-create in your highest architecture of divine service, like your temple offerings and all of this. So, the last piece to this is we are going back to co-creation, to becoming rather. It is who you are, as we really explored inside of this conversation, what really sparks this receptivity and magnetism and attraction for some very unique and specific people to you. And so, my beautiful soul, in part 1 and in part 2 in today, I mentioned to you that at the core of this architecture of attracting those souls that you are contracted to serve and that also they are contracted to receive from you, there is a very unique and primal light code that is at the center of this greater architecture. And on December 11th, I am going to be running a free temple event coming directly in co-creation with the libraries of the Soul Mission Destiny Mystery School and my upcoming offerings as well. That is called tan, 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 Soul Tribe Attraction Light Code. An event for you to activate the primal light code that sparks mission tribe magnetism and transcends all algorithms. This event is for you if you're wanting a more authentic, soulful, juicy, expansive paradigm of growing your mission on social media, in the online space, through your online brand. This event is for you if you are coming out of modalities and coming out of Reiki and labels and this and that, and you are ready to start deepening your co-creation with your own celestial channel of light. And this event is also for you if you've been wanting to really feel empowered in the way you play this game. The game of living a legacy of light in this incarnation through your soul mission. The link to join is in my bio, and you can also, or if you're watching this on Facebook, I'm gonna put the link on the description, and you can also drop info in the comments and I'll gladly send you the link. So December 11th for America, December 12th for Melbourne, Australia and Bali. I love you so much, and please check out the page and join me next Wednesday for America. And yes, there is gonna be a replay, so if you want to receive the replay first, sign up anyways, and you're also gonna see me receiving the replay. But I can tell you one thing, like, the people who join me live have the time of their lives too. And it is such a beautiful co-creative setting. So if you have the opportunity to join live, by all means, let's join and let's do this, baby. I love you. Thank you so much for watching this live and this video, and see you very, very soon. Ciao, ciao.